Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for today, IAAF President Sebastian Coe.
Chris, thank you. And I know I speak on behalf of the whole of the global sport that are with us today and over the last few days when I say how pleased we are to be in Birmingham City's Council House for the launch of IAAF Heritage. And Ian, thank you for, as ever, so graciously hosting us. This building echoes loud with memories of the official receptions and dinners which have marked so many major athletics championships that have taken place in the great city of Birmingham. Most recently on Thursday, in this very room, the city gave a warm welcome to team leaders from 140 delegations attending these championships. This classic building has also hosted us in 2009 during the World Half Marathon Championships and 15 years ago for the 9th edition of the World Indoor Championships. And we're delighted to be joined here today by the leader, as I've just welcomed, Ian Ward, who is also, it has to be said, a very close friend of our sport. The nature and provenance of this building and the city of Birmingham's historic association with world-class athletics is, I guess, the very essence of the journey we're embarking upon today. IAAF Heritage will celebrate and forge connections across 3,000 years of our sport, telling athletics' rich story based upon a myriad of marvelous memories and moments which few other sports can match. Later, we will be joined on stage by two great champions, Stracy Drugila and Jason Gardner, who among their achievements won world indoor titles. In an era with so many entertainment attractions on offer to young people, some would say distractions, IAAF Heritage's goal is to put the feats of such heroes, their records and their performances into context, chronicling their very personal odysseys, which were the very foundation and motivation of their careers. Simply put, savoring the best, promoting the present, and engaging with the future. How, for example, would we go about capturing the long-term loyalty of the first-time athletics fans here with us in Birmingham, whose interest may have been sparked by the USA versus China head-to-head that we witnessed last night in the men's 60 meters? Well, we'll start by taking them on a historic journey of speed. We'll put the performances of Christian Coleman and Biantang Xu into context with historic deities of the dash, such as Charlie Paddock, Jesse Owens, Armin Hari, Carl Lewis, Usain Bolt. We'll employ the IAAF's archive of competition footage, documents, and photographs to explain the drama and the surrounding backstory of the great moments of our history. Heritage has begun for the first time assembling by donation, by loan and purchase, the world's greatest historic collection of athletics artifacts and memorabilia. It's a collection that will provide a physical, tangible link with the great names and deeds of our sport. The Heritage Collection, containing everything from running spikes and medals, banners and starting blocks, javelins and competition bib numbers, will travel the world to our major athletics competitions and other events to illustrate the development of our sport and its history. It will help connect the legends who are the athletic ambassadors to new generations of athletic stars. While the establishment of a museum for sport in Monaco is the goal, the most important mission of IAAF Heritage will be to take athletics' indelible moments to the fans in our 6 continental areas. We want to inspire interest on the ground and generate connections with local stars, their stories, and of course their neighborhoods. The name of our collection is Athletics, 3,000 Years and Counting. The banners, the backdrops and the videos you'll see in this room today take us along an evolving timeline from 776 BC to 2017 AD, illustrating athletics' unique story. A new chapter is currently being written. The performances in Birmingham are the first stepping stones on the journey to the next edition of these championships in Nanjing in 2 years' time. Today we begin with the creation of the IAAF Heritage Collection. We're delighted by the historic importance of the objects which are being donated. Among these are 100 artifacts from our South American Area Association, CONCIDATLE, which are being given to celebrate their centenary this year. Dating from ancient Olympia to the end of the 19th century, this generous contribution marks the beginning of what will be the world's foremost athletics collection. In accepting these items on behalf of the IAAF, I pay tribute to the unmatched enthusiasm, knowledge and passion for our sports history of the area's president, Roberto Gesto de Melo. Roberto, my friend, athletics is deep in your heart and your soul. Thank you for your support. Thank you, CONCIDATLE.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to our first donation. As we're in Birmingham, a city which has now twice held the World Indoor Championships, it seems right to recognise the stadium in which so many of those great moments have occurred, the many world records. Of course, that is the Birmingham Indoor Arena. And from a private collection, we have a donation of autographed competition numbers from 2 of the many world records and bests which have been set in Arena Birmingham. We're delighted to welcome on stage leader of Birmingham City Council, Councillor Ian Ward. Please, sir. Now, first we have Hailu Mekkonen's bib, and I've got a colleague you're going to see quite a bit today, Christoph, who's going to ably bring the frame straight over. This is Hailu Mekkonen. It's the 2 miles indoor record, which was 8 minutes 9.66 seconds, set on the 20th of February 2000. Please, Councillor, if you can hand those to Seb and look to you slightly forward to the photographer there. And next we come to Zaber's competition number, 8 minutes 32.88 seconds, set on the 18th of February 2001 for 3,000 metres. How great is it personally for you, but also for the city, that you have this, this level of being a world sports city?
Well, we are very honoured and delighted, of course, to be hosting these World Championships for the second time. I was fortunate enough to be involved in both bidding for and hosting back in 2003. So to have the championships back is a great honour, and I hope everybody has received a very, very warm welcome to the city of Birmingham, in spite of the weather, because we are known as a welcoming city. Of course, 4 years' time, in 2022, the opportunity to host the Commonwealth Games, that really is a platform for the city to present itself and its people to the world and reposition the image of Birmingham in the world. But beyond that, I very much hope that we will have opportunities to welcome the IAAF back to the city of Birmingham in the future for more world-class international athletics. This is a city, the home of British athletics, and we do pride ourselves on being able to host international sport in a way that is second to none anywhere in the world.
We now have 4 donations directly linked to the history of the World Indoor Championships. To present the first of these, we're delighted to welcome on stage the 2004 World 60 metres champion, Jason Gardner.
Men's 60 metres, the fastest time in the world this year, set by Britain's Jason Gardner. They're away first time, and Gardner's pickup is terrific. Gardner coming clear now of the field from Theodoridis. Crawford and Grimes also running well, and it's Jason Gardner who takes the gold medal for Great Britain. Jason Gardner proving that he well deserved that tag as favourite and winning the world title in 6.49, and he is the world indoor champion.
First Brit to win the 60 metres indoor title. I never thought I'd say this to you, but a pioneer of British sprinting. Good memories?
Oh, truly fantastic memories. I think of all the great British sprinters we've had that's taken part in this event. And to be the first British sprinter to have won, I take great pride in that.
We have your spikes here, so let me take those out of your hands for the moment. And Christoph, if you'd like to pass the spikes over to Jason. And again, Seb, if you'd like to receive the spikes from Budapest from Jason.
My spikes. Okay.
Ooh, the
camera lady.
Now, we've very kindly, from a private donation, have got the gold medal bib from Maebashi 1999 World Indoor Championships, the 1,500 and 3,000 metres double of a certain Haile Gebrselassie.
And this is a fine piece of running, 200 metres to go. 7:26:37, it's going to be outside 7:50, I would think, but this is about competition, and Gebrselassie looks to me as though he's going to put the first world title on the map. Gebrselassie coming away. Bitok attacks the youngster. There's the bell. Gebrselassie responds, and Tanui, who's made all the pace, finds himself in third place. But he's a very quick finisher, I have to say. There's still some running left in his legs, and Diaz coming wide. But look at this. Rotic is going to be coming away, and here comes Gebrselassie again. Oh, he's got the double. Gebrselassie from Rotic, from the fast finishing Andre Diaz of Spain, and that's a new championship record. My goodness me, he showed what great speed he's got off the back of a fast pace, and Gebrselassie is one of the greats already.
And here is the bib number signed by Haile. I'm now delighted to welcome the 1997 World Indoor Pole Vault champion, Stacey Dragila. Please, Stacey. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
To win any major championship is fantastic. To win it with a world record, you can't really top that, can you?
No, you know, I think coming into those championships, I was considered the dark horse. Emma George, most of you know from Australia, that was someone that I aspired to be much like, and was able to compete against her for 2 years prior, and just watching her in awe and wishing one day that I could compete at her level, and then to come and win that meet really set me on the path of doing more and dreaming more and getting back to the track and achieving all those goals that I had set out for myself. So that was really that launching point for me. And a lot of people thought early on in the women's pole vault that we weren't going to go very far. There was a lot of doubters, maybe some of you in the room today, that thought women didn't have the strength to do this, that even if we jumped certain bars, would anybody really care? And that was 21 years ago, which kind of frightens me. But to be in the stands last night and kind of thinking, Sandy was probably 3 years old when she, you know, when I jumped that bar. Yes. And that winning bar of 440, and now the standard's at 470, shows that women are in contention and women can do things just as well as men can do. So it's pretty humbling to know that I was one of the first, and I'm very proud of that moment, and I'm very excited to be here and very humbled that I'm a part of the heritage now.
Dragila of the United States. Oh, and that's a lovely vault. It's a super vault. And the American has taken it. 4 meters and 40 centimeters.
Christoph, please, if you pass first something you recognise very well, Stacey, and then over to Seb again. More photographs.
I'm glad it's coming out of my attic, like Jason said. I don't know where his was, but it's very honoring to be able to put this in the heritage, and shows that the women can do what the men can do, and I really appreciate this moment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're going to stay on stage with us because, again, similar to Jason, and we introduced Haile Gebrselassie, again, we have another private donation, and that's associated with probably the greatest middle distance athlete ever in terms of World Indoor Championship. Absolutely, there's no doubt about that, which is Maria Mutola.
And Mutola is still there, still hotly in contention, just behind Cheplak. Cheplak is holding the inside. Oh, and Mutola's gone through. She's now working hard for the home. A tremendous run by Maria Mutola. The defending champion retains her title. She is now once again world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stacey Dragila. Thank you very much, Stacey, for joining us. Thank you. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the climax of today's ceremony, the launch of the IAAF Heritage Collection. This year, the South American Athletics Association, Consolidated, the IAAF's oldest area, celebrates its centenary. And to mark 100 years of its existence, it's generously decided to donate 100 items from its own museum to help establish the IAAF Heritage Collection. Now, to tell us a little bit more about the donation and the area's centenary, please welcome their president, Roberto Gesta de Mello. Please, Roberto.
Now, in the beautiful and the snowy Birmingham, in the ceremony so nicely arranged by Chris Turner, I take this opportunity to offer to the IAAF a donation of 100 more items to be presented in our council meeting in Monte Carlo at the end of the year. I will... It will cover the period of the first 50 years of the 20th century. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Congratulations. You're fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Venezuela's double world indoor triple jump champion, Yulimar Roja. Yulimar will now present to Sebco a history of South American athletics. Please, Yulimar.
Thank you so much. And that will take pride of place in our presentation.
Oh, yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
We've now completed today's historic journey from the greats of the World Indoor Championships to the present of one of its very top young stars. This has been the launch of IAAF Heritage. Thank you very much for your attention.